Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to, well, the first episode of Duelyst. I'm not going to be covering this rather frequently or anything, but I do want you guys to know that it is on my radar. I have been asked a few times as to whether I'm going to cover this game. Yes, I plan to cover it. Yes, I'm looking forward to it, and yes, I can't wait until it hits beta or normal play, so the matchmaking doesn't pair me against people who have a lot more time to play this than me. Yeah, I've been horsing around in it. I've been doing a decent amount of sandbox. I've done a little bit of playing against other opponents. Fairly bare bones game currently. It has a basic collection. You actually have a crafting system already in it with spirit and shards like that, where you can, well, construct cards out of the various resources you get from deconstructing cards. It's kind of similar to Hearthstone in that respect. You have a booster pack system where you spend 100 gold to get booster packs. I've already done all of that. It's just got placeholder art for now. It's going to have more refined art in the future. The collection screen looks a bit more polished. I do think they're probably going to do a little bit more work on it, but right now it looks good enough. I actually like these little things over on the right that tell you the names. As you can tell, I'm not very creative with the names currently because, well, I am still just barely testing this out. Yeah, I still kind of suck at it too, so I'm going to warn you that before we jump into plaything. You have Sandbox, which is a local practice with yourself kind of thing where you play against yourself. It's a good way to test decks, and the only problem there is you don't really have leveled thought to deal with, and you don't really have anyone else's strategies influencing your own, so you don't really adapt to the current meta. Still fun to mess around in, and you can get a good idea for how, like, the mechanical way to actually play the game through the sandbox mode and the various abilities that way as well. I hope they keep that in the final one. I hope they also have a draft system. I'm not quite sure if they're going to, but that would be a fun thing to add to this as well. They are going to be going with a free-to-play model now. Originally, they were going to do a buy it and run kind of situation where you buy it and then you just play constantly. You do have to grind for resources in that model as well, but in this one you might be able to actually pay for some of this stuff, maybe booster packs, hopefully, for those of us that don't have all the time in the world to play. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try to find an opponent of equal skill. This is highly deceptive. Currently, there aren't many opponents, so I could end up against somebody who is in the teens of ranks, and frankly, ranks go down to 30. I am like 26, and I keep getting put up against things that are in the 11 and 13 range. We're against Visus, apparently. Hopefully they will be as low ranked as I am. We're going to go ahead and get rid of the Fountain of Youth, and we'll keep the other guys. Confirm. Pretty decent starting hand. Visus is 30. Okay, so we aren't going to be against somebody who is exactly the gonna just trounce us right off the bat. Apologies for the cough right there. We got a Rock Pulverizer out at the very beginning. We will get the mana advantage here, I believe. Yeah, we're going to drop out a Crystal Wisp, which is going to go right there. And an Obelisk, which we're actually going to put up towards the top there. And in turn, I believe that's going to be good for us. This little guy with the aura around him has Provoke. Basically, that's kind of like, well, Defender in Shadow Era, not Defender in Shadow Era, Protector in Shadow Era, where things are forced to attack it first. But since it's a strategy game, it's only things in the surrounding blocks, which is pretty interesting as well. This Obelisk will summon a minion each turn, which is a Dervish. He's going to go ahead and move up and try to get a minion on that other mana spring, which will give him a little bit more mana. Yeah, he's going to be at 3 resources, so he can cast a lot of things now. We actually need to get some damagers out. Probably get this Doomcaster out because it'll actually help us, you know, kill this guy. And honestly, if we had another one, we could actually kill this guy down here, but that's not going to happen. Sand Howler is another good guy as well, but we're going to go with the Pyromancer instead. What are you going to summon else? Skyrock Golem. Okay. Okay, he's going to summon it right in the way of that. And we get ourselves a Dervish who is going to go up here. We're going to start taking these guys out. Let's go ahead and we will drop... we'll drop him in the front lines, honestly. He's not super important, but he will boost up our other guys. There's a 4/4 now. Frankly, there's a lot of buffs and a lot of abilities that really kind of modify the battlefield. And as you can see, it's on a grid. So it's fairly straightforward to play, honestly. Let's go ahead, we'll summon up the Pyromancer back behind here so we can start shooting stuff from the backside, and we'll go ahead and take this guy out with just a stab to the face. We'll take damage to our hero for that one because we do have a decent amount of healing. I'm going to go ahead and leave that guy in there. We're going to use him next turn. We got some decent options here. Various spells and stuff. I'm currently using the Well, it said at the very beginning. I'm forgetting the names of them. I am that unversed in it currently. What is he dropping out? He's dropping out a Horn of the Forsaken, which whenever he kills something, it will actually turn it into a little 1/1 guy. Wraithlings are very important to this race, though, because, well, they're the spawning point of a lot of various abilities, which can be quite dangerous. As I saw in an earlier match against somebody who was rank 11. I'm just glad that it paired me against somebody who was similar rank to me. Sorry about that. I think they're still learning as well, so that's going to be pretty good. I can go spend a little bit more time explaining what these different things are. Opening Gambit is an ability that basically a character uses on the opening of a turn, which is what this Dunecaster did to the Dervish up there. The Dervish has Rush, which allows it to attack the turn it comes in. Oh, what is he doing? He summoned an Assassin with Rush in, so those two are going to kill each other. Well, Rush allows you to attack the turn you come in. Ephemeral makes you disappear at the end of turn, and things like that. We get another one up here. Let's go ahead and we will go with -1 attack on you and +1 attack on you. There you go. Make him a little bit stronger, and we will summon out another one of these guys. We're just overwhelming the board currently. That's kind of how this deck plays. Basically, the goal is to overwhelm your opponent, as far as I'm concerned. Other decks can play with a little bit of burn. Some decks can play with a little bit of, not necessarily harasser status, but basically big guys who wander around the field and other ones that fly and shoot. It's kind of an interesting little combination of guys. You can really form a front line, but spells can usually bypass it to a decent effect. We're actually going to move out of harm's way with our hero. Let's go ahead and move down here. We'll take out this little guy down at the bottom, just so he can't spawn anything off of him. As you might have noticed, I can spawn things off of any of my characters, so keeping characters alive all around the board is actually useful because it allows you to, well, summon pretty much anywhere on the board. And apologies if you hear a rattling in the background. That is a dog. Oh, great. Yeah, this one's going to be recorded anyway. It's going to go out regardless of what's going on in the background. Okay. Sorry about that. You're going to have a brief pause right there. I might fill it with something like technical difficulty music or something. He's going to go ahead and he killed that Dervish, but he took 5 damage in response to it. Every character will counter. This is kind of like a Magic the Gathering kind of thing, where every character attacks and counterattacks. And he just basically spelled his own doom there. I'm going to go ahead and drop a Star's Fury, which summons guys in front. Oh, we should have moved guys back, but still, I think we could be able to kill him this turn. Let's go ahead and attack there, which is going to not really do anything for him. Yeah, I think we've got him killed this turn. I can go into a sandbox game or possibly explain it in other episodes as to how things go. Yeah, you're going to go up there, and yeah, we should be able to kill him this turn. Sweet. Bang. And here's the last bang. Or we can kill him with the blast guy. Let's go ahead and use the blast guy because it's more impressive looking. There we go. Victory. 7 turns played. That's usually how quick most games go. Usually it's determined fairly early. There is a lot of strategy to positioning and stuff like that, and I have seen games go upwards of 20 minutes, honestly. But if you're going to be, we got to rank up. We got 2 little pips now. Sweet. Let's go ahead and click done. But basically, the game is based around positioning on the board, spells that affect that positioning and affect the creatures on there, and dealing enough damage to the enemy general to kill them. I just wanted to give you guys a quick introduction to the game, let you guys see a match play through. If you guys have any question about abilities and stuff like that, feel free to ask. I actually do have those fairly stuck in my memory now. I just don't have the strategy down quite yet because I don't know all the cards by heart, which is something that just comes with time. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on Duelyst whenever we play a little bit more. It might be a little bit of an inconsistent series for right now, but as it gets closer to beta, I'll actually jump on it and do a lot more, possibly focus on it a lot more as well. I see a lot of promise in this game. I like the grid play. I like all kinds of stuff like that. If you would like to see more mention what you'd like to see, and I'll try to get it for you, try to provide it for you. I can go over the decks that I use, which none of them are amazing, because, well, I don't have the cards to make them amazing. I do need to get more gold to do that, and I don't think, yeah, you don't get gold just for random victories. You get gold for 4 games in a row, which I think is kind of weak. I think you should be able to get gold for each win, possibly even a little bit less gold for each loss. This would allow you to, well, build your collection even if you're losing. But currently, it's just every 4 games you get a set amount of gold, and then you have winning conditions where you can get more gold and stuff like that. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, like I said earlier. And yeah, give me your opinions of this game as far as what you'd like to see from it, and I will try to do what I can. But yeah, bye.